Here's where you look at what you're repeating, right? So this is, repeating relationship realities. And so we're always looking for patterns. In any part of our life, if you want to understand, if you get stuck in something and you want to understand, like, why? Identify the pattern. Bring the pattern from the dark into the light. Like, what is the pattern? Oh, when I get into a relationship with someone, I start walking on eggshells because they have anger issues. Instead of going, red flag, hi, red flag, anger issues again, red flag, let me get the hell out of here. Why is that? Because when we grow up a particular way, grew up in a family, if you are attracting men with control and anger issues, I have no doubt that there was control and anger issues in the home that you grew up in. Because you don't just fall off the tree attracting this. Like, it actually happens for a reason, because it's familiar to you. So what happens unconsciously is we go, love and control and anger. Oh, look, they go like this. They go together, even if you don't want them to go together in your unconscious mind. So unconsciously, you see someone who you're attracted to, and part of that attraction is because they remind you of someone who in your young mind was appropriate partner / husband material, probably your father. Maybe another, adult figure in your life. But it's not about, the only way to change what you're attracting is to understand why you're attracting what you're attracting, and then be willing to be like, oh, look, new red flags. Like, I need to, when I see a red flag, instead of making excuses and telling myself lies about it and being like, no, it's just the fourth quarter and he gets like this in the fourth quarter, but he's not always like this. No, but now that you've identified, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who's controlling and angry. Now you have to be willing to be like, what are the red flags? Let's go back and do an inventory of the last 4 relationships with guys like this. I'm going to write down. I know that there were signs, and I know that I ignored them. What were the signs? Now, this time around, the moment that happens, you're going to go to yourself, no. Or you give the person a chance. You go, hey, you know what, Bob? I didn't like that tone of voice. It sounded really aggressive to me, and I got to say, I don't like it. That's not the way that I do things. I don't like talking that way. Oh, well, then if let's say Bob is like, what are you talking about? I wasn't doing that. Well, that's what I heard. So I'm going to ask you to either be aware of that, because I don't like that tone of voice. That's not the way that I interact on a regular basis. Unless you're telling me to watch out because someone's about to run me over with a car, there's no reason for you to use that tone of voice with me. And I'm making a simple request that you don't. So if Bob thinks you're on drugs because you're now pointing out these things, that's okay. You're pointing them out not for Bob, but for you. Because this is how we heal. We stand up for ourselves, speak up truthfully, and listen, you do it all in your own way. I just got hot from that conversation, so maybe that was a little aggressive the way that I did it, but you don't have to do it that way. You can always draw a boundary or speak truthfully with kindness, with love, with ease. It's always possible. But it's in the not saying it, or in the willfully ignoring the red flags, that we set ourselves up to stay in these unsatisfying relationships.